So everybody keeps sending me this meme or this article or whatever it is that Ice-T supposedly said about 10 reasons why black men prefer white women. Now, if you haven't seen it, supposedly what he said was that black women can't get their hair wet, but white women can. Black women stress you, white women don't. Black women don't give head, white women do, and blah, blah, blah. And before I break down how this should not only be offensive to black women, but mostly white women, let me say I have no problem with interracial love. Interracial love made Jesse Williams, Barack Obama, and Bob Marley. I'm not 100% sure that he said this. I am sure there are dudes who would agree with him. So if you're one of the white women or any other woman who's unlucky enough to meet a guy with this mindset, I have some questions. Does it not bother you that a dude only finds value in you for what his other options lack? It's like if you ask him, baby, why do you love me? He says, you know, you got that whole last woman on earth appeal. Instead of saying, baby, I love you and race didn't even play a factor, he's telling you that I love you because I hate them. AKA, you made your way into my heart by process of elimination. For a second, let's just put away the bullshit generalization that black women are so horrible. But if he really believes that, then he feels about you the way we feel about voting for Hillary. The other choice is just less appealing. And a lot of these guys use the same stereotypes to diss black women that they use to backhanded compliment other races. Like when they say white women are easier to love because they don't talk back, like a doormat. What should be even more insulting is whenever they praise you for having features commonly associated with the women they supposedly don't want. Like you're the best of both worlds. But if you're the best, why you need somebody else's world? So if you entertain a guy who has to put down an entire group in order to communicate his affection for you, then he's not telling you that you're the best. He's just saying he couldn't do better. If a man hates black women because he keeps missing over there, then cool. But don't let that be the reason you end up his rebound. Because while he says he sees you as a queen, he's really making you look like a fool. So for every woman that's feeling proud to have some man like this, I would hope you want to be somebody's dream girl, not default. And how he gonna love you if he can't love himself?
Hello, and welcome to the Unspoken Heart Discussion Hour. We got a treat for you today. I know a lot of y'all been looking forward to this, and a lot of y'all had a lot of comments because some of y'all was in my inbox. But I know this is a touchy subject, but we're going to talk about it. So, like you see as our advertisement is, we're going to talk about, is a black woman truly angry about the black man dating outside of his race? Who can answer better than that but a woman herself? So before we get started, I'm going to go ahead and bring in our guest. Coming from Austin, Texas, we have today our co-host, Dwight Robinson. Also, Denise. And D. All right. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Make sure you share. As you see, if you have any questions or comments, or just want to voice your opinion, the number is just scrolling by right down below. How's everyone doing down there in Austin, Texas?
Good.
Good. Ooh, hot.
I'm telling you, real hot.
Very
So
hot.
it was like what 10 something today.
Yeah.
Wow. I told my daughter it's been so hot. We're gonna make sun tea tomorrow. We could have been made it when it was 103. But as y'all seen the video when we got started, because we're gonna actually talk about the subject. I didn't know which way I want to take this because there's different ways to go with it. You know, we could ask the question why
Okay, I heard you.
our black men are turning to the other race. We also could say why are the black women angry? So what I want to do is that all over social media, you have seen comments to where they're stating that the black woman is angry because the other race has stolen our black men. What do y'all feel about that saying right there? Oh, yeah, don't bite your tongue.
Okay, I was trying
You want to go first?
A chance to say something, but
Oh, you want me to go?
But no, I thought you were gonna be more in tune, but it's all good. You know, I got this.
It's gonna be people that don't like me, so I'm okay.
Wait, what happened?
It's gonna be people that don't like me.
So as you seen, he hit a lot of pointers. You know, I know a lot of people got their own opinion about him, and even trying to backlash. His personal life is not my business, but he does bring a good word. So, you know, King D, what did you think about what he was saying when it came down to the black men wanting to date outside their race?
I feel like the black man is transitioning over to other races because they're more. The black woman is more aggressive these days, and that's just a personal opinion. And the white and the Latinas, they're not as aggressive as black women. But I feel like black women can be more controlling. Can be more controlling. They don't have to be. Some of them are very submissive, and they just looking for. I think a black man is just looking for submissiveness, and that's just what white people and Latinas give them.
So in saying that, like he was pointing out, so are you saying that some black men that date outside their race that doesn't want to date a black woman, it's about control?
It is definitely about control. It definitely is.
So they feel like they can overpower a Caucasian woman better than he can a black woman because he feel like the black woman is too strong.
I'm gonna say a black woman, a black queen. I hate saying black woman. Black queens are way too strong for weak black men. I'll say it that way. I feel like Dwight, don't do that, Dwight.
I see him shaking his head.
You're like, oh, wait a minute.
Jump in at any time. You're the co-host.
Yeah. I just feel like, you know, if a man can give up on a black, I just feel like a black queen is a black queen. You know what I'm saying? They know what they want, when they want it, how they want it. They're not gonna be used and abused. They just know what they want. And the white Caucasian women are gonna be like, oh, whatever. Da, da, da. Black woman gonna step up for herself. A white woman's not gonna do that. So
most black women anyway.
Some black women, most white women. Most white women want to do that. That's just my personal opinion. What you got to say, Dwight? Come on, Dwight.
Huh?
Okay. He sat up here shaking his head the whole time. It ain't gonna talk about
Huh?
What you feel, Dwight? You the man. Come on.
What do you feel about the statements that he made? Because I mean, he made quite a few statements.
Yeah.
And you know, we do hear it a lot, and to me, I think it's offensive. You keep saying that the black woman is too aggressive. I mean, my thing is, I wouldn't want a weak man.
No.
You know, so tell us your outlook on what he spoke about.
I don't think there's nothing wrong dating outside your race. It's just how you look at it. Me being a black man talking to a few black men, and don't agree with everything that most of the black men say, but most of them do say that black women, not all, has an attitude. What they mean by attitude, I guess, knowing it all, nagging them to death, having an attitude about everything, making a big deal out of things that shouldn't be a big deal. And most black men that date outside their race, it's not that they don't want to be with black women. They just feel more, I guess, because a white woman is not going to nag them too much. She's not going to give them too much heat and
Okay,
everything.
well, we got a caller right now, so let's see what our caller has to say. Hello, may I ask who's speaking?
This is Alicia.
Hi, Alicia. How you doing?
I'm good. And, this is my first time tuning in.
Thank you for tuning in.
This is a very interesting topic, and I just want to put my input on it as a woman. I believe that a lot of black men date outside their race. Not because I don't see us black women as being aggressive. But a lot of us black women are very strong-willed. We're strong-minded. We're not taking anything. We're not going to take any more. So it's like we're gonna be that king's king. But then certain men, this is just me, certain men that they're outside their race aren't necessarily that black king.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they date outside their race, because they don't want to step up to certain aspects. They know that they can't offer a lot of things. They don't want to put up with a lot of stuff. And it's not actually putting up, it's about respect at the end of the day.
Exactly.
They can't walk all over us. And certain ones, and it's not just stereotyping, it's out there. I mean, I have a lot of family members. I have a lot of god cousins that have wives and they get outside their race. And hey, I mean, it is what it is. And they've even admitted it. They can do certain things that they want to be able to do to a black woman.
So what you're saying is like some of them, what they're looking for is somebody to let them have their way.
Exactly.
When all actuality, if you look at it, when you say a woman is aggressive, sometimes that aggressive is not what they trying to put it out there to be. It's actually she's passionate. It could be also she's trying to support you. She sees something in you that you don't see, and she's trying to push that. They're just like a coach in football. He's being mean or he's picking on you. No, he sees that you could go beyond where you can be.
Exactly. Right. And that black queen is there to be able to submit and help her black king to do something, to have something, to know that, hey, I'm your backbone.
Right.
You got me to fall back on. So a lot of times they don't want to do anything, basically. That's how I see it. They don't want to stand up and stand tall. They just want to do what they want to do and run all over you. And not saying, I mean, because I've seen some of us do the same thing, but the majority of us black women, we know exactly what we want. We're headstrong.
Exactly. I agree.
Not weak.
Now, in your own word, if they was to change the wording of aggressive, what word would you think is more suitable for the black woman?
Assertive.
Courageous.
Courageous?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because when you say aggressive, you're using negative words. Those are words that
I don't look at us black women as being aggressive at all.
Exactly.
Right.
And I feel like sometimes they call us aggressive because they see the strength of us. They know what we are made of and what we can do, and they're afraid to move beyond the point of comfort zone that they're in. Because they know a black woman is not going to just allow them to stay in that same comfort zone. She's going to push them to go forward. But when he's afraid of that, maybe that's why sometimes he goes outside the race, because he knows he could stay within that comfort zone, and he don't have to be pushed.
And I know for me, I've been a lot of other black men. They've always told me I'm very strong minded. I ain't gonna take no mess.
Mm-hmm.
They try it still, and sometimes that's kind of like redundant. Like if you know I ain't gonna take no mess, why be calling?
Exactly.
And it's a lot of men are intimidated by women like this.
Yes. So tell me this, and we're not going to hold you too much longer.
Okay.
When they say that we are angry because the white women have stolen our black men, what is your thoughts on that?
Well, I wouldn't say angry. I wouldn't say angry at all. For me, not angry at all.
Mm-hmm.
Be who you want to be to make you happy.
Exactly.
I would say overall, in general, I would say disappointed.
Yes,
For
disappointed
me,
and hurt.
I wouldn't. I have a son. I have a black son that I'm teaching to become a black king, a man. I'm teaching him to become a man, and well, to my best knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
His father's not in his life, so just to my best knowledge, that's a different topic anyway. I feel this way. As long as that woman is treating you good, I'm all for it.
Exactly.
But I would prefer for you to bring home who your mama is.
Yeah.
That's just me.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm so, the same way. Like I've told my sons, I don't care what color you be with, long as she's good to you. But where I have a problem at, and it's not anger, is when you have our black men bashing our black women as a cop out of why you're in an interracial relationship.
Right.
That's my problem.
Right. If that's your preference, that's your preference. But don't bash who brought you into this world.
Mm-hmm.
Just like our mom would tell us, I brought you into this world, I can take you out, so don't bash us.
I still use that.
You still us.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for tuning in, and I appreciate you calling, and hope you continue to tune in. You have a very lovely evening.
Thank you. You too.
Bye-bye. Now, Dwight, what do you have to say? Oh, Lord have mercy. Come on, Wendy.
I'm waiting for you to say.
Well, the thing is, they want to judge some black men as being weak. It's not all about that. Because color, like a lot of people say, color is just color. I ask people on both sides why they date outside their race. I even dated outside my race.
Yeah, I have to.
A few times. And everything. You got good and bad in every race.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'll go with the younger generation. You have a lot of young black men that don't want to be with young black women because their attitude, they just too boyish. Like they're not trying to hear that. They want a woman they want to be with a woman that's a woman, not somebody they had to compete with as like another man. Teresa's son is one example, my son as well. And I know my son's mama has something to do with it. That's why my son's not with his girlfriend now. Mm-hmm. But I don't see a problem. It doesn't make a black man weak because he dates outside his race. Because I wouldn't call a black woman weak because she dates outside her race. You choose who you want to choose. But the men, not all men, but most men that I talk to say it because they have a certain attitude about themselves. That's the reason why they decide to date outside their race. They say they don't get so much, I guess, nagging from them as much as they get from the black woman.
See, that's what I was trying to say a while ago. I feel like that they're moving on to the other. We're moving on to the other races because of the difference in the black woman and the white woman, or the Latinas or whatever.
But see, does that I mean, because when you say that's why we moved to the other race. Then that makes the black woman look like she's not of any good.
She's not important enough.
Or she's not good enough. And then you look at, this is why they say they go to the trophy wives.
No, but for real, like, me
Hearing
personally,
too many complaints about the black woman, when honestly, only because I'm a black woman doesn't mean that I'm aggressive. Doesn't mean that I'm loud. It doesn't mean that I am drama. Because you have not got to, you got to get to know a person, but you got to know what you want in life. If you want to be in a comfort zone, if you want somebody that's going to not give you static as in to where you can control and have your way, fine, so be it.
Yeah.
Then don't say that you want that good woman that you can grow with, because in growth, it's also having a woman that supports you, that has your back, that stands there for you to push you and to help you get where you need to go, because that's what you dream to be.
Yeah,
that's true.
That's true.
But me personally, I like a little attitude. I like that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? But
you like to argue, what? You like to argue, what?
He likes a little attitude.
I like that. You know what I'm saying? I like that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta. I mean, me personally, I just feel like that's what attracts me to a black woman. You know what I'm saying? The way black women are. I don't want nobody that's gonna just literally just get away with get away with it. Kiss my feet. You know what I'm saying? When I know I done messed up. I don't want no woman like that. I want a woman that's gonna put me in my place, tell me what's up. You know what I'm saying? Push me, mold me, and make me who I wouldn't be who I am today if it wouldn't be for my 15-year relationship with a black woman. I would not be who I am today. I'm just being honest.
Yeah.
And see, I'm very proud to hear you say that, because as a person that does a lot of research and look out on the social media to find information, through the years, because I'll be going on my 2-year anniversary in November with the discussion hour. And I've sat back and I heard black men just straight up say, well, this is why we go to white women, or the black woman this and the black woman that, but I would never date another black woman. But you know what? Before we get into that, we're going to go listen at this, because we actually have somebody that had a certificate in doing something like this. And she actually brings forward some black men, and she also tests them as well. So we'll be back right after these.
All right.
Who are you? Michelangelo. Okay, nice to meet you. How are you? I've been out with black women or approached black women, and before they even knew me, they said, how many kids you got? How many baby mamas you got? Dating outside my race, I haven't had no issues like that at all.
Okay, and you are?
I'm Coro.
Coro.
I've been practicing abstinence for 3 years, 3 years with no sex. I'm looking for someone that can respect my views on this, someone that can love me for me.
And you are?
Bo.
Bo.
Yeah, I don't date black women now because of past experiences. They like to place that strong personality on you, and sometimes you just kind of, stand a woman's place.
So do you have any idea why you're here?
We share some of the same
opinions.
About?
Why are black women so angry?
Was your mother angry?
To a certain degree, yes. She had that anger inside of her, but she made sure that she didn't pass it on to me. I see how she handles that, and she gives off that vibe that I get from women here, but when it came to me and how she approached me and taught me about women, she said, don't deal with this.
That's interesting, because as a black mother,
yeah,
my work was to help my son understand it so that he would know how to stand in it with a black woman. Why are you here?
My situation's a little bit different because I traveled a lot when I was a kid, very talented, very gifted musically. So because of that, when I came back to my neighborhood, when I was dealing with certain black women, you're different. You talk funny, you dress funny, the music you listen to is funny. I don't like being because I had flip-flops on or I had a turtleneck, I'm gay. The problem I'm having is just because you're my culture and you're black, you don't get a pass. All the women in my family, I got a side of cousins that made me feel weird about that.
How can anybody make you feel anything? You get to choose how you feel.
You don't know that when you're kids, it's a psychological imprint.
What does that have to do with today?
Now, with a black woman, I have this in my mind before I even talk to you, she's gonna think I'm weird. And that bothered me a lot.
When I went to junior high school, I got bussed. from Ocean Hill, Brownsville to Flatbush, and they spit on me and called me a nigger. They spit on me. And I was 13. And these were adults, not the children. So my point is this, that don't have nothing to do with who I am today. What is your experience?
A lot of black women, they don't want to talk to me. Some of them don't want to talk to me. Some of them want to talk to me because, number one, I'm a God-fearing man. I don't believe, like right now, I'm practicing abstinence. I'm not having any sex whatsoever.
Why you ain't in the church?
I am in the church. I'm going to tell you about the church women. If you don't have a collar, they don't want to talk to you. I'm straight up.
But does
if you don't have a collar, they don't want to talk to you.
Do you know what the collar represents, though?
I guess it's purity or, leadership or, I don't know, a divine...
How about power?
Yeah.
How about power? That's what it represents.
Okay.
But let me tell you why I've called you here today. I've invited you here because my intention is to dismantle the myth of the angry black woman. I believe it's a myth. Huh. As a black woman, I believe it's a myth. I invited you here for a mixer tonight, just to be with some women, all kinds of women, all ages. We all have a story, we all have an experience, and we all get to choose. Tonight you get to choose how you're gonna experience these women. But I do also wanna thank you for being here. Thank you for being a demonstration, because I know there are hundreds of thousands of black men, all ages, who've had these experiences, and I believe, and it's my intention, for us to heal. Hello.
Okay. Now, on our next break, we will be able to watch these men, because she actually tests them. She tests them around being in the room of black and white women. And y'all be able to see how that goes on our next break. But Tanice, what did you think about, how did it make you feel to hear their reasonings?
I think they're all idiots. Hey, I see what it is. I'm sorry. You're narrow-minded, and the ignorance is just poured out. I've seen this before, and I've seen it personally. It happened to me personally.
Yeah, because one of the guys said he seen the way his mother was, and that's what he did not want for his life.
But you're stereotyping because your mother was one way. Don't mean everybody in the world is the same.
Yeah. What did you think about that, Dwight?
He's saying the same thing that you hear most black men say. Most of them, mother's angry, Annie, they just see it all through their family, and they just don't want none of that smoke. They say, I don't want to deal with that.
Yeah, but the word aggressive.
Yes.
That to me, it bothers me now. Like, why describe us black women as aggressive?
Because we're opinionated. We have opinions.
I'm gonna tell you honestly, I've seen anger in white women. I've seen anger in Hispanics. I've seen anger in Asians. So why you don't have the title of being aggressive?
Yes, well, we're the only one and nobody else.
Be a black woman that's aggressive. Dominique,
you said what now?
Why is it that the black woman has to have the title stamped on her as being aggressive when there's anger in all races?
I honestly don't. Okay, this is all honesty. I honestly don't believe the black woman should be labeled as aggressive. I think it should be more of strong, angry, or I don't even think it's anger at this point. I just think it's more of I think it's a what am I trying to say? I think it's like a heritage thing in a way. You know, it's just the way they were raised and their grandmothers raised them, and you know, on and so forth. I don't think it's they're meaning to be like that. That's just the way that the strength from their ancestors just passed down generations, and just the way we are. It's just the way black women is. Just like black men, we have, oh, we thugs, we this, we that. You know what I'm trying to say? It's because it's passed down generations. I just feel like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. You know, you got to look at our stand right now and how it makes us feel. You know, when we look at, and I mean, I don't want anybody to get anything misconstrued. I have nothing against interracial relationships, as long as you have the right reasonings.
Yeah.
I have no problem with race. 'Cause I love everybody of any color.
Right.
But my thing is that we came up. When you go back to my grandmother and her grandmother, you look at we was looked at as animals. You know what I'm saying? And even to today, you have a lot of white people that say that we are angry type of people. We are aggressive. We are dangerous. So why would our own black men sit here and also label us as angry women? Because don't you think we've been scarred enough throughout the generations to be called angry? Just a minute. Hello, caller. This is the Unspoken Heart Discussion Hour. How can I help you? And who am I speaking with?
This is Lisa again. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Just to comment on what Tilly was just talking about, and I totally agree. It's not actually aggressive. It's not even anger. I think we're just defensive. Like you said, it's a heritage thing. It's in our culture. Over the years, it seems to be instilled in us to be protected and be defensive of what others are trying to call us or how they're trying to treat us. So we're defensive of our character. And I don't think defensive is anything wrong with it. What Dwight was saying, some of us come off as like trying to be a man ourselves, and I do agree to some point because a lot of us black women have been in positions to be single mothers. So we have no choice at some point to, hey, I gotta act like this, I gotta do this because we gotta play both roles.
Exactly.
And it's I feel like it's all based on what a man, for every action there's a reaction. So it's all based on how a man treats us and how we react.
Exactly.
If they're gonna lead, then we will follow and we will submit. If we feel like they're not leading the correct way, then hey, anybody has an attitude. Any woman has an attitude.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what color you are.
That's right.
You know, but I mean, I feel personally, because the reason why I take it so much to heart when I hear our black men bashing the black woman, they complain about the black woman. We've been talked about for years.
Decades.
And we already, coming up, I've already been told you got one strike against you. We've been hearing this all this time. Now, only because the black man gets with the white woman, what gives you the right to get in that same circle and try to tear us down as well?
Yeah, join the bandwagon.
Because you forget, black men, you was done the same way.
Right.
Even worse.
Right. We can't label all black men. I've had my heart hurt a few times, but I love my black men.
Yes.
And that's just my preference. I have nothing against other races. I've never dated outside my race because I love my black men. My black men are powerful to me. I can't, just because I've been hurt by a few, I can't label all black men the same. I know there's some good men out there and I love my black men. That's just me.
Yeah. And see, me personally, I also had dated outside of my race. And one thing I could say is that, for a minute, I did feel like, I was scarred by a black man. But then it took for me to go to another side to see a different, because each heritage is different. It's not the same, And so, my thing is that I seen a lot of better qualities that's suited for me in black men. And that's when I had to wake up. And it's that, I love Hispanic men, I love white men, I love them all. But when it comes, if you're going to say that you want to be with a certain color, say it's my preference.
Mhm.
Right.
Don't say, oh, because the black man is this and he that and he angry and he's violent. No, because that's in all races. You make yourself look ignorant when you say that.
Yeah.
Right. Mhm.
But see, I've gotten to the point to where I've heard it so many times from our own black men, even on social media. Y'all crazy. Y'all all about y'all and this and that. Don't you think we get enough of that from?
Yeah.
I think the ones that do say that and that do make those comments, just like anybody, men, women, anyone that tries to point the finger, it's three pointing back at them.
Yeah, true.
It's something really about them themselves. It's not just that black woman, because like you said, what I'll point out is crazy, but all black, let me not say that, all men, period, say that about women.
Yes.
When something happens or they can't get their way, oh, that woman is crazy, or when she starts basing her own opinion.
Yeah,
oh, she's crazy. She's crazy.
She hit it. When she forms an opinion, then he labels her as being crazy.
Right.
A woman has a right to have a voice, just like a man do. And that's been a problem. And it's just like she said before, control. It's all about control. So let me see. I can't control black women. All black women are like this. So let me go to the other side. But see, my thing is that sometimes when you go to the other side, it's not what you thought it was, and you want to come back.
Exactly.
But see, you didn't say enough damaging things. Now, what do you say and I'm gonna ask you this here? What do you say when it comes down to a black man, even though he bashing black women all over social media in conversations with his homeboys, but he strongly states, "But I would date nothing but black women."
He's fake.
I feel like that's being fake too.
I mean, that's the only way I can say it.
Because how are you going to sit here and say, I date nothing but black women, but then you turn around and you're tearing us down, especially on social media?
He doesn't have love for himself, as I see it. It all shows within, I believe, and for something like that, yeah, he doesn't have no substance.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much for calling in. And thank you so much. I appreciate you. You've been very enlightening. And I hope to see you soon. Maybe we're going to have you on the show one time too.
Hey, I'm down with it.
All right. All right. Okay. Well, you have a good evening.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
She put it so beautifully.
Yes, she did.
I love it. I love it. I love the way she put it. She put it just right. And that's the way I feel. And we're not saying all black men. We're saying that the men that's out there that's sitting there and saying, well, this is why I'm with a white woman. Well, this is why I want a trophy. Now,
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I think it was about a year ago. I saw a video that was posted on Facebook of a young black man and a white woman. And the black man let the white woman tear down black women all kinds of ways. He stood there and just let her say all kind of crazy stuff about black women.
Well, that shows what he's consumed of. Because for you to let anybody tear down your race, who brought you in this world?
Yeah, needless to say, they closed their Facebook.
And you let another woman sit there and bash your race.
Yes, and you don't do that.
To me,
talking about how black women wear weaves and we wear all this makeup.
I'm gonna keep wearing weave.
I'm wearing my weave until the day I hit that dirt, and it's gonna be on my head when I'm in the coffin. So
it's whatever makes that woman feel good. Hey, that's another topic.
But black women are the only race that wears weave.
No, and we wasn't the first one who started it.
Say it again. Say it again.
I said black people are not the only people that wear weave. White women wear weave. Latinas wear extensions.
Exactly.
They wear lashes out to here. I don't see
Asian women wore wigs for the longest. Bleaching wigs and stuff.
But y'all want to attack the black woman because
we perfected it.
because I like there was this white guy. He was on YouTube one time, and he came out and he said, "You know what?" He said, "I put it like this." He said, "The one thing that a black woman has on a white woman is that the black woman is very versatile with her hair."
We are,
and we are. Not saying that anybody can't be, but my thing is that you have some black men that's complaining about our texture of hair. Like, bruh, what texture do you have?
Oh wait,
like the same. Yeah,
I've been around someone. I have a lot of hair under here, and
Yeah, we
I've
know.
been around some people.
we've seen it.
I've been around some people that love like white people. They love black people hair. Like I can go to the mall with my fro out or with some braids out, and they let me touch it. Oh, I wish my hair was like this. Oh, da, 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 da. You can't touch it. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't like nobody touching my hair. I don't like that.
Yeah, that's me too. That's me too.
But
I've had that done to me.
they love. But some white people love African American. For instance, Andrea, the one that used to work at the office at DNS, she loved my hair. Every time I went in there, she was like, "I want to see how it looked today." Like she was really obsessed with it, and she was just like, "I'm gonna have to go. I wish I can get my hair like that." They like that kind of stuff. Some white people, some people,
some of them.
And all that kind
but
of
I'm gonna say this, if you're gonna get into an interracial relationship, really seek what you want in that relationship, because some, and I'm not saying all, some white women get into want a black man for the wrong reasons. Because all black men, only because they feed us a size 13, don't mean that the pickle is.
You said it. I didn't.
Why you have to say it like that?
I'm gonna drink my water.
Let's take this break and we can go back to the men that we just seen. She now puts them in a room of white women and black women to see the reaction from the black women and the black men. So y'all stay tuned. This is very interesting.
Hi. Hello. Hello.
I'm like Avalon.
Hi, I'm Lexi. Lexi, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
You want to aerate them?
Cora,
Freya, nice to meet you.
where you from? Approaching a black woman is different from approaching a non-black woman. You look good, beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you.
When I approach black women, they don't give me the time of day. Someone just wave their hands like nothing ever happened.
Good. How are you?
Hey, little Cora, how you?
Sarah.
How you doing?
Tonight, I will be observing the women of the Healing House interact with men who have the very same issues that they came in with. These men have resentment and frustration toward the opposite sex.
My man is in between all three white girls.
What a surprise.
Surprise.
Surprise. Is that where you want to be?
What? No, I'm right here talking to you.
Okay.
When Lita first came to this house, she thought she was angry with the men who have disappointed her, but the truth is she was hurt, and she invited men into her life who would reinforce the hurt she was already feeling. Now, as I'm watching the way she interacts with Mr. Coro, I can see that she still has not fully come to peace with her truth.
I'm Tyrone. Pleasure to meet you.
Hi, Tyrone. Nice to meet you.
My ideal woman is anything other than black.
Do you feel bad when black men don't date black women?
It kind of irritates me. I have a problem with a black man saying to me that I do not date black women, and because the reasons behind it are like stereotypical, and I don't like that.
I think black women are beautiful.
Are you bitter? To a certain extent, yes or no? Don't think about it, yes or no.
At a specific relationship.
We're taking a polygraph test right now.
No, at
yes
a
or no?
specific
No.
relationship.
Yes or no? Okay, so you're bitter. I'll answer for you. Yes, you are.
Yes.
Hello.
Not for me, brother. I'm an other lover.
What do you like about the snow bunnies? Is it the beautiful eyes while they're like giving head, or what is it about?
Why do the white women like the black men so much? I just want to know, like, do they feel as though that the black man gonna treat them better than they treat us?
We come downstairs and I seen a bunch of black guys and a bunch of white women. I'm like, what did we do as black women make you just want to just date white women? Like, what are they doing that we aren't doing? I just want to know that.
When Miss Jamaica entered the house, she had an issue with her self-image. She believed she was, quote, too dark. In her mind, she was competing with white women who date black men, when in reality, she was actually diminishing herself. But as as I'm watching her discuss her truth, it's clear that she has learned how to use her tools to communicate clearly and calmly.
Do you think since they so infatuated with y'all, do you think that you would treat a white woman better than you would treat a black woman?
I don't think you treat them better because they're white. I think you treat them better because of it's the submissiveness. With them, you're the man.
Hello, my beloveds. Thank you so much for stopping by our own YouTube channel. I hope the clip you just watched helped you in some way in your own life. Make sure to click the subscribe button so that you never miss out on our most memorable lessons and moments. Take care of yourself. And in the meantime, be blessed.
Now, that there was a very uncomfortable setting for them because they was put to test. One thing that I really didn't like how he came, like he was really just charging at her, but I can agree she was holding on to something. And that's one thing that we need to learn is that only because our former relationship was bad, if you haven't healed from that, you shouldn't move to another relationship. Because what the anger that you have towards the last person's mistreatment, you can have this person that's presently that's really good to you pay for what the last man did.
Yep.
So y'all tell me how y'all felt about the scene and your opinions about it, because you had some opinions from the white ladies, the black ladies, and also the black men.
It seems like it had people had already had all around effect as far as the black women against the black men against the black women, and the white women against the black men. I saw that in 3 different scenarios of that clip. The white women, as they kept calling them snow bunny, when they call themselves snow bunnies, they're talking about sexual orientation. So they have their own issues. They think black men only want them for sexual gratifications. Did you not see that? I saw that.
I didn't get that, but I mean, now that I'm looking at it, yeah, because so there probably wasn't just issues with the black women and the black men, but also the white.
Also, the white women had issues too, because the stereotype of the black man. Oh, I'm gonna get all these kind of tricks to take. They like to eat booty, and they like to do the tea bagging and all this kind of craziness. They like doing all this stuff. They like to do wild things. And black women, not saying all, because there are some black women that like to do whatever. But a lot of black women, like myself, you might as well not even inbox me because you're not getting nothing.
Speaking of inboxes, anybody that's watching now, yeah, as y'all see, I do the story of every time we get ready to do a show, and I'm getting a lot of inboxes. Everyone, that down there is Denise. I'm not Denise. If you have anything you want to say to Denise, inbox her. Inboxing me, talking about how pretty she is, her pretty eyes and sexy. You inbox, look down there. They're both beautiful women, but we look totally different.
2 different colors.
Now, Dominic, King D, and Dwight, what do you think about where the lady was saying that she felt like that she was in competition?
Well, in a way, I kind of agree with her. In a way, you can feel like you're in competition because most black men, and I'm gonna say white women too, it is a fantasy. They want to know what it is to be with a black man. The black man, most of them, not all, love white women because they do things that most black women don't do. Ask questions, and booty and all that.
It's the man's fault. Do you feel like the men it's their fault to where, like she said, she's too dark? Okay. Do you feel sometimes men have placed this out here for these women to feel like this? Because you do hear about the light skins, you hear about the dark skins.
instance, Chris Brown will not date no dark-skinned woman. You got to be light white. He refused to date dark-skinned women.
I love this.
He would never date a dark-skinned woman. That you do have a few black men that are like that.
I'm way.
You know, girl, you ain't that dark. I think women dark, but
I'm too dark for Chris Brown. I can tell you that. I'm chocolate.
King D, what did you think about that scenario there, where with everyone of different color, you know, in the room and their attitude and everything towards? Because I mean, to me, I feel like when they first stepped in there, they already had their guard up.
Yeah, I was about to say everybody already knew what they already knew what it wasn't where they didn't know. Everybody already knew what they wanted or what they were going into. So it was more of, I'm just going in here to give me a drink and to talk to the women that I prefer to talk to. It wasn't like no one was, from what I can tell, it was like no one was really trying to get down to the bottom of what the real issue was. In a way.
I feel like they did, to me, in a mature manner. They didn't go in there with a different perspective, with the open mind to try.
To help. They didn't come in with an open mind.
Anybody a chance. No, it's like if you already got your mind set, ain't nothing else gonna look good. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But, I mean, you see the man that was sitting on the couch, he was talking to the black woman. Now, I could say already, she, to me, you know, when he said, look, you know, he's surrounded by all the white women, and she said, well, is that where you want to be? He said, well, I'm here with you. Okay. In that sense, really, I think he was trying. He was trying.
Yeah, he was trying.
Yeah,
he was sitting there with her, but she had this barrier up that I seen, to where she was quick to get defensive, like, okay, is that where you want to go? Go over there. Which really, that's not what he was saying.
Nope.
In other words, he could be saying, look, we supposed to be here to try to give everybody a chance.
Mm-hmm.
But look what he's over there with.
But he tried and she shot him down a little bit.
She did shoot him down.
What was that, Dominique? What?
She shot him down. Whole thing.
Bingo.
Yeah.
It wasn't intentional.
Yeah, but do you think sometimes that, you know, because of the black men have been saying for years, not just with the aggressiveness, but because these women are being placed to feel like they're in competition, like they're being viewed as something that is not of value?
I'm sorry, did I interrupt you?
No, go
I
ahead.
was gonna say something, but you go ahead first.
Oh, okay. I was just gonna say that I also feel like the society has also painted the black woman as to be this villain, you know, and it's just not. You know, if people just come and just get to know a real black woman and get in the mind of a real black woman, then they probably will better understand of why she's the way she is. Like the young lady was, myself and the young lady was saying that called in, is more of a trait that's passed down, you know. And then plus on top of that, like I said, society has painted them to be this just outraged woman with the big old hair and the voluptuous boobs and the pink lips, and it's just crazy how society
But at
painted
the same time, what these black men are not, the black men that do this, do they ever sit back and think how you're poisoning the young black men, like the boys' minds against black women? Period.
Yeah.
Because you have these young black boys coming up, and all they're hearing is these black men that's been there, done that, been around a circle and stamping. They're saying, well, this is why you go to a white woman. This is why you don't date a black woman. It's like they never had the chance to experience that black woman themselves. Because every black woman isn't the same. They could end up with the right black woman that's good to them, that helps them grow, to help them to become very prosperous in life. But they would never be able to find that out because their mind has already been poisoned. Because instead of the black man teaching the black boys the right thing, especially when it comes down to respecting and valuing a black woman or women in general, you're already poisoning their mind.
Already.
And it's not even helping in the music videos where they have the dark-skinned women just going crazy, twerking on thongs, and then the light-skinned women is just the queen in some of these rapper videos. Like, it's just like, I just feel sorry for kids growing up because that's all they see. All they see is these people just run into these light skinned women or run into these
white women,
heathens, white women. It's crazy.
I'm gonna tell you, my son, he's half Hispanic, half black. And he was dating nothing but white and Hispanic at first. And so he was like, well, mom, ain't nothing wrong with it. I didn't see there was anything wrong with it. But have you even gave a black person a chance? Don't forget your mama black. And how you think that makes me feel if you don't at least give it a chance? Now, if you be with it and then you say, well, I prefer, well, at least you gave it a chance.
Yeah.
But don't stereotype black women as if all of them are the same. Because like y'all heard them on Mother's Day, my mom's understanding, my mom is this, my mom is that. That was not scripted. That's the person I am with my kids. I sacrifice a lot for my kids.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of things that I'm very patient with my kids. I look at both sides. I don't be quick to just say shut up or go sit down or get out of my face. I'm wanting to find out what's the matter because I notice your attitude is different. I notice that you're angry. What's the matter? What's going on? You know, so my thing is, how are you going to be able to know if a black woman that will? You know, I can understand what he was doing because he's on the south side with his dad for right now. He's going to be coming back with mom. And he's like, well, mom, all over there, only thing over there is Hispanics, you know? So, you know, I had to give him that benefit of the doubt.
Hey, which one we did?
And so it was kind of cute because, well, last week he sent me a video and he was like, look, mom, I got black friends. Like, okay, Mikey, it's not even like, you love everybody no matter what. Like I tell my kids, I don't care what a person's color is, just as long as they're good to you.
Yeah.
But don't bash what your mother is.
That's true.
That's right.
Just like these grown black men that are in their 40s, 50s, and 60s, and y'all on social media
dogging us,
saying nothing but negative things about black women. Nothing. That's all you hear. And then you wonder why a lot of these women don't like you.
Mm-hmm.
They don't like you because you're negative. You're not uplifting. And my thing is, and this is just my opinion, I cannot answer for a man. You understand? I can't say what's making that man mad or what makes him who he is today. So don't sit there and act like you know women to where you can say, oh, I know women. I know you. I know y'all crazy. No, I tell a person that I'm not crazy. I'm uniquely made.
Yep.
There's a difference.
Yep.
I'm very passionate because, like, you know, my thing is if they were so smart, instead of taking a woman's anger as aggressive or drama, look deeper. Because maybe she's hurting and she don't know how to express herself.
Well, then you'll get answers like this. That's not my problem.
Yeah, sometimes.
You'll get that crap. It's not my problem.
Yeah, but my thing is before then, I'm not your problem, so don't label me.
Don't say nothing, but don't say nothing. You do what your mama told you.
You know,
your grandma said.
Yes, I would love
nice to say.
All these people that on social media, I would love to see them to see if they man enough. And I said it. You're not a man when you are bashing your own women.
Your own race.
You're a little boy.
Mm-hmm.
To sit there and say the reason why I'm with this race is because black women are all these bad aspects.
Mm-hmm.
You're not a man.
Nope.
A man does not descend the characteristics of a woman. He ascends it. He sees through her. And if anything, if you see anything else, help her.
Even if you don't plan to be with this person, if you see this black woman and she sees this kind of attitude or whatever, be a friend. Have some kind of compassion instead of beating. It's like beating a dead horse. We over here dying over here, and you're gonna get a stick and beat us some more.
Yeah, but it also reminds me of my grandmother, and I'm pretty sure that Dwight probably heard this too, where she told me, my big mama told me, she says, you shouldn't worry when she's fussing. You should worry when she get quiet.
That's right. That's right. We're thinking way too much.
And let's hear this little thing about submission, okay? since a lot of people, and I ain't gonna say men, a lot of people want to take pieces out the Bible that makes them look good. You want to leave out the other end. He says, submit unto me, submit unto your husband as he submits unto God. If he does not submit unto God, you don't have to submit unto him. Because God holds you accountable for not following the right path. That man supposed to be the head. The head meaning doing what is of Christ.
Yeah.
And if you're not following in the path of Christ to lead her in the right direction, she doesn't have to submit.
Nope.
And I notice a lot of men feel like because they feel like they a man, that every woman supposed to submit to you. Wrong.
No.
If you're not doing right in life, if you're not doing the right walk, she is not to submit. That's just like the ride or die. A lot of these youngsters got the ride and die quote totally misconstrued.
Yes.
Ride or die don't mean I'm going to defend you when you're wrong.
Nope.
Yeah.
But I got your back when you fall. I got your back when you're in trouble and you need help. But I cannot have your back and lie for you when you're not doing what's right.
Yeah.
They just feel like women should be submissive no matter what they do. And that's not the way it's supposed to be. If you wrong, you wrong. That's just what it is.
Yeah.
God said go in there and follow your man. You're supposed to follow your husband, but he said you're not supposed to follow a fool.
Yeah. So my thing is that, in that whole room, I could say there was two. One of them really just like touched my nerve. And that's the one that just bluntly just said, I would never date a black woman. Okay, bro. That's your deal.
Yeah, go ahead and tell God what you ain't gonna do. What will you do? What will you do? He's gonna give you that right white woman.
Yeah, we're gonna get to this next break, and we're gonna hear this other guy that I found very interesting, and it really kind of made me think. So y'all pay attention to this and write down your questions.
It's like they've been holding you down. They don't deserve that opportunity to build with you. They've been trying to emasculate black men for a long time, all the way back to the slave days, It's all been about breaking the spirit of black people, period. Buck breaking, all that type of shit, public beatings, everything. It's all been a part of our history that has gotten us to the point where it's like they took the fight out of us, and we're even to the point where we giving up on our women. And it's embarrassing to me because we already looked at like we less than. We don't have any wealth. We don't have any power. And then to add to the humiliation, we can't even handle our women. We say our women are too much for us. They're too masculine. They don't want to submit. They're not lovable. So on and so forth. Y'all already know how it goes. Y'all know what's being said. And that shit should piss you off as a black man. It should make you want to go out and do something about that. It should make you want to say fuck you to the people that feel like that, to the people that's looking at us and they laughing at us behind closed doors. That's why that video I made talking about, the white women that got exposed for saying that black men are pathetic and stuff like that. That's the reason why that video getting so many views, because it shined a light on how they look at us behind closed doors. And it's sad for us to be looked at like that. And it's sad that in a lot of them ways, a lot of them areas, they got a point. If these white women, why would they want to be with a black man for real? Other than for whatever reason, they met an individual and you was just a knockout and you really had your shit together and she just really like you for you. You know what I'm saying? You gotta understand, if a woman is willing to really be with you and marry, a white woman is really willing to be with you and marry you, and she really is about you, you gotta be one hell of a nigga. But if you are that good of a guy, it takes an opportunity from a black woman to be able to have a family with a stand-up guy. We already ain't got that many of us running around on this earth. Not in America. We a minority. You know, there's a limited amount of us here, a limited amount of good men here for the good women that are here. So you can understand that when a black woman see you with a white woman, you can understand why they'll be pissed off about it. There's only so many of us. You know, a lot of us are working hard trying to come up, you know, and a lot of black women are working hard trying to come up. And when they get to the point where they want to settle down and you get to the point where you want to settle down, instead of feeling like, okay, I'm ready for a black woman, you say, black women are too hard to deal with. Let me go on over here and get me a white woman or get me an Asian or whatever the case may be. You know, I understand that men tend to not think about it like that because all you really want is just somebody to make you happy. But these women are sitting around, these black women are sitting around looking at us like they've been the ones that have been here for us this whole time. They've been supporting us. Look at the rallies and stuff like that. In most cases, those rallies, those protests and stuff like that, they're led by black women. They always been fighting for us. And I can understand why they pissed off when a black man get his shit together, he turn around and go to another race. It's like they've been holding you down. They don't deserve that opportunity to build with you. We gotta wake up, man. It's psychological warfare. They got us fighting against each other. They got us not valuing each other. They got us downing each other. They got us embarrassing each other. And there's a group of guys that don't give a damn, and in fact, they dig their heels in deeper when a woman tells you what's bothering her. She voices her complaints. You dig in deeper. I've been watching y'all in these comments. I've been watching y'all in my comments continue to disrespect these women. And it's to the point where I can't even address y'all case by case because there's so many of y'all. We gotta get it together, man. Men have been emasculated. That's why the women had to become so masculine. They had to for their survival. So y'all should think about that before y'all go in on these women. You're not perfect. You think you are, but you ain't perfect. You got trauma and shit too. You got shit going on too. That's all I wanted to say, man. I'm gonna cut this video off right here. Y'all do me a favor and subscribe to the channel. Like this video and share this video if you support this kind of content. I greatly appreciate y'all, man, and I look forward to talking to y'all soon.
Yes.
Man.
I have questions.
Let's see what the co-host has to say, because I see look like his mind is really going up there.
I got questions.
I didn't even get to hear. I had to go try to figure out the AC.
You got hot.
It's hot in here. Hot.
Now, Dwight, what did you think about what he was saying? Could you kind of relate what he was saying?
Well, one thing what he was saying a couple of things that most black men basically talk about. A lot of things he said made a lot of sense because it starts at home. The black family just being destroyed anyway. That's why you have so many single mothers now out here, and you got the fathers not involved in most of the children's life. So the women can't really teach a young man to be a man. They say take both roles. I can do both roles. You just can't. And a lot of young black men get lost along the way, and they see their mother struggle sometimes. She might get mad, get an attitude, and being young black boys, they don't much understand that, and they have a complex. They feel that this is what black women do, and they don't want to be around all that, so they usually go outside and marry their race and everything, because they don't want to be around someone that, I guess, remind them of the mother. When the mother gets on about cleaning the house or doing something, or just doing something they're not supposed to do, and they just grow up with that complex and everything. And a lot of black men that do be with white women, they actually do want to be with black women, but they just somehow it's just not a connection. We're the only race, I believe, that have problems. Everybody's had problems. But the black race has more problems than anybody. So until we start learning to love each other and work together, that's the only way we're gonna be able to fix this. Because you got sisters out there dating white men, and they say the same thing about black man this, black man that, and that's why they go dating the white men and marrying the white men. So it goes for both on both sides.
Yeah, and just so since he brought that up, so y'all know that next week that's what we're going to do, the fifth side. We're not going to just be on one side, because we do have women that are dating outside their race as well. So make sure you tune in next week, where we talk about the black women that is dating outside their race as well. Reading beneath the color. So 7 p.m. Central Standard Time next week, we will be also discussing this as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, let's go to King D. You say you didn't get to hear it?
I heard a little bit of it, but I had to figure out this AC in here. But I actually completely agree with Dwight. It's a two-sided street, and you know, it's a very touchy subject. That's a very touchy subject, especially for the black woman. Obviously, today we got that under wraps. It's a very touchy subject when it comes down to the aggression and the attitudes and all of that. So I got a better enlightened of the situation, because I ain't gonna lie, when I first got on, I was just like, oh, black women are just aggressive, this and that and the other. But then now I see both sides of the fence. So yeah, I agree.
But it's like the key word we say when they give their reasonings of why, it boils down to control.
Yeah.
Why would you want to be with another race? Because you can control what goes on.
Spice, I don't think it's all about control. I think most black men, like I said, the ones I talk to, say they don't want to feel like they compete. They're not saying their girlfriend, and I believe this: if you're gonna be submitted, you should marry a woman first. That's in the Bible. If you're playing that boyfriend girlfriend role, then I don't see her. She shouldn't have to submit to you or anything like that. But if you marry, the man is the head of the household. Y'all can have a discussion. Not saying he's disrespecting you by not agreeing with you and saying, no, this is what we're gonna do. That's the final word, and we're going to do it like this, and just let it go. Then just let it go. And I guess that's why I like black men.
A lot of these men that's talking about they want women to submit, they are looking for control, not what we're
not control, because you can't control nobody. I would never try to control somebody like I'm their daddy. But most black men, they're not saying they want you to control, like get on the floor and kiss my feet or do what I say. What I mean by that is, well, I'm the husband. We're just gonna do it. We're not gonna do this. We're gonna just do that and just leave it alone. And most women's like, well, I'm gonna blah blah blah, and then that's where all the confusion, all the arguments come. And somebody said something so simple. They're not saying tell you like they're your father. You gotta do everything they tell them. It's just like when they had the final discussion on something. Say for instance, getting the air conditioner fixed. But baby, I'm on here. No, I'm gonna fix it. That's it. Leave it alone. They don't want you to keep coming back at them with the back and forth arguing and everything. Something like that. That's what starts that BS.
So would you say, okay, if one race of women sit there and he just said, okay, in a discussion, just shut up, drop it. Then how still want to get her voice out? Then the other side, where he tells her the same thing, but she doesn't. So do you think that's right?
Well, no, but the thing is with that is, okay, I'll give you an example. This one lady, she was married. to the man, and when he said, okay, that's it, we're not going to discuss it, she said, well, that's my husband, I'm going to leave it alone. So if it does backfire, I'll just look up, baby, I told you. He'll say, well, you're right, you told me. You know, that's what they're not saying a woman had, like I said, had to kiss their feet or roll the red carpet out every time they step in the house. They just, and this only applies to people that are married. Like I said, boyfriend and girlfriend, that don't apply to boyfriend and girlfriend or playing the house. I don't think a woman has to submit or do wife duties and be not even married to the dude and nothing like that. This is only for people that are married. And most married people have been married for 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. They'll tell you the same thing. They'll tell you the same thing. Why our marriage works, this is why this works, and this is why that doesn't work. And I'm just saying that's just some reason why black men do that. You know, some black men just like white women because they just like white women. It has nothing to do with black women.
You know, if it's not, it's no problem. There's no situation to where, as a black woman, I'm not mad if you date outside your race.
No.
I'm not. But let your reasons be sensible.
Yeah, that's just what I prefer.
But don't sit there and say, well, black women are this and this and that, and tear them down. No,
you gotta tear them down to make you feel that.
As a tool, as an excuse to why you decide not to date within your race. Because
So
then at
basically,
this point, it's not the black woman, it's you.
So basically what you're saying is don't use a black woman as an excuse of why you don't want to date a black woman.
Right.
Pretty much.
Exactly.
Okay.
I agree.
You see them talking about, oh, because black women are loud, or they ghetto, or they hair, the way they act, they just go off at the mouth too much. They don't know how to shut up. But yet still, you want somebody to be quiet. But then you tell us the reason why you dating outside your race is because a black woman is the problem.
Mm-hmm.
That's the issue. I'm not angry because you with somebody else. Okay. I'm not angry because you dating outside your race. I'm upset and disappointed and hurt the fact that our own black men would use us and go on social media and dog us as if we are of no value, showing a total disrespect.
Total disrespect.
Oh, and I agree with that, Spice. I mean, but look, it's a handful of black men that do that. It's not a lot of black men that do that.
I said some.
Black men that do that. Think about it. You're not gonna catch a lot of men out there dogging other women and blah blah. There's a handful of black men, for whatever reason, that might get out there and say something. I'm not gonna say what white men. I mean, you have a very good group of people that get on there and dog their own race out.
There's a lot of people that do that.
Oh, you don't see that.
I'll tell you what. Next time we come on the next show, I'll bring in the stats at that point.
Will you do that?
Yeah, I definitely will. I will bring in the stats.
Bring the stats.
Now, Teresa, that to the film we just seen, what is your concerns about what he said?
Well, I had 3 concerns. I had 3 concerns. First of all, I agree with him. Black men have been brainwashed over years. They have. They've been brainwashed over years. And he was over years of hundreds of years to break their spirits. It's like taking a horse and breaking them so they'll stop fighting.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what they do to black men. They made them weak. They made them weak. So they weak.
I'm looking at that white's face.
They are.
What makes a black man weak? Look, a black man dating a white woman is not weak. What are you talking about?
Okay, if you listen, see, and that's another thing. Black men have a problem listening. Talk about black women have a problem listening. Black men got a problem listening. Because this
I'm
is
gonna bring my water.
Listen, drink that crazy water because you need it. But anywho, I'm just playing, guys. But anywho, no. What I say black men have become weak. At one point, our black men were the strongest men on this planet. That's why we were so equally yoked. The black woman. Black women have always been strong. We had no choice to be. You're talking about the same woman that got a whole bunch of slave people across the United States by herself. She's the one that made that happen. Not a black man, Not a white man. It was a black woman. Period.
So you're saying the black woman birthed the nation, which we all know that. Black
We
women
know
did birth.
that, but what I'm saying is we're talking about how black men is just as strong as black women. We didn't have a problem handling the black woman because they was stronger. They could
Well, like I said, I think when it comes down to the weakness and the strongness of black men, I just feel like, me personally, I just feel like I would have to blame that on society as well. I feel like that. I would say that society is what made the black men weak,
the way they are,
or whatever. You know, I'm not gonna say all black men are weak, because we do still have some leaders and stuff like that. For instance,
I can use you. You are a very dominant person. You are not going to take anything. You're going to fight for what you need. You're going to fight for your family. You're going to do what you need to do to make it happen. That's a man, a strong man is going to make it happen. You will not let your kids starve.
Yeah, no, I couldn't do that. But I'm just a person.
And you do it with a black woman.
It's just like I said, me personally, I just don't feel all black men are weak, but we there's still some strong ones out there. And then at the end of the day,
strong ones out there.
Yes,
you just gotta have your eye out for those strong ones.
I'm gonna say this. We gotta be careful of what we say, because we are poisoning our young man's mind. And I actually have a son that he's my adopted son, and his mind was set for a while. So Chris, if you hear me, would you please call in? I need for you to call in. I'm pretty sure he's watching. Just 512-668-2814. And he, at the beginning, had a mindset that he would not date black people.
Yes, but you shouldn't give up on us, because a lot of us, we are a little mouthy. We can be mouthy, and we can be very opinionated. And yes, we do have a brain. We have our own opinion, our own set minds. And if we see something that's wrong, we're gonna say what we gotta say. Okay. And we all should respect each other in both ways. That's why I just think about it.
Okay. Now we have Chris Brown on the phone right now. Hey, Mr. Christian.
How you doing?
We're doing good. You're in now where we're listening with co-host Dwight, King D, and Denise.
How y'all doing this afternoon?
Hi.
Now, you are what? How old now?
I'm 25.
You're 25. Now, when I adopted you as my son. But when you were 18, from 18, I met you when you was 17 or 18. And for the longest, you had a mindset that you would not date black women, that you strictly only would date Hispanic women. Could you explain to us what was your reasons?
Well, my reasoning, I realized my reason was stupid, but it was due to, I would say, the people I had been around, and I guess the area in I live in San Antonio now, so the area of San Antonio I grew up in was it seemed weird to just lean towards the other race, which is the Hispanic, and the way I would say the way black women acted all the time was a little off, so I leaned towards the other way.
Mm-hmm. So leaning towards the other way, as you said, is Hispanic women, because from your experience, you've seen that the black woman was angry or loud or whatever you may say. So what did you learn that you felt it was better with the Hispanic?
Well, me per se, I at the time, now I don't think it's everybody is the same way across the board. You know, everybody has their way. So, but then at the time, I guess because with Hispanic people, they do have controlling ways, but they are what's the word? You can say something and they'll do it. Other than every time a black woman is gonna rebuttal, she's gonna give you her reason why she's not gonna do what you just said. And I guess in a way, at the time, it was, as a man, it was a control thing because you should remember, not saying every Mexican woman is the same, Hispanic woman is the same, but as a black man, you can control it. They look up to us, so it's like what we say to them goes.
So what is your outlook now, being, because I mean you've been more around me now, and you know a lot of my black friends, and I have Hispanic friends as well. So being around, because I know we used to get into it about it, because you know my problem wasn't the fact that what if it was your preference. My problem was when you made the statement, I don't date black women. I don't like black women. That's where we butted heads. So now that you're 27, I think it is 25, 27. Now,
I'll be 20.
Yeah, you'll be 26 in December. What is your outlook now on the black woman herself?
My outlook on a black woman is black women are amazing. They are very strong individuals. You know, as I've gotten older, I've taken the time to look through, and with you, and Mama, also with yourself, I've taken the time to see what black women go through in their everyday life, and having to deal with men like, I guess at the time myself, not having to hear that all the time. Or, oh, I don't want to date a black woman because this, and the third. But black women actually have a lot to offer. Black women are very intelligent. They have all kinds of things that they need. It's not just one.
Now, so what it took for you is because even though you might as well say was you felt like you was brainwashed at the time, and or you just didn't have the opportunity to get to know the black women at the time as you do now.
Yes, I get enough time around more black women, I would say, because on my own, I lived on the northwest side. I was on the same people every day. I didn't get to like venture out to other people. So coming across other mature black women, they got my mind to thinking like, okay, not every person is the same.
Exactly.
Right.
Or more or less, you know, he gave a different race a different chance. It's like don't doubt him. You know, now I don't hear him mentioning nothing about anything negative towards black women anymore, and he loves black women just like he loves any other race, and I thank God for waking him up so soon because he's young. You know, our young black men, their mind is being poisoned against those black women. So, Christian, what is your, and I'm gonna let you go in a minute. What is your opinion on the word that some black men are saying about black women that we're too aggressive?
On that can be taken in different contexts. But I would say aggressive, like with black women being aggressive. But black women are strong. So to a weak man, a strong woman is a threat. So it's like that's kind of what the issue is.
Yeah,
it's not an issue. It's an issue to a weak man, a strong woman.
Thank you for calling in. I appreciate it, and we'll be talking to you soon. You have a good evening.
I have one little question. It's a good one too.
What?
It's nothing man bashing or anything like that. Okay, so the question is, why do black men get with white women after they become successful, but they stay down with the black woman through all the hard times and all the bad times? Then once they get successful, they dump them for other races.
Oh, I can tell you that. That's not all. Some black men, I'm glad you brought that point up. Some black, when they don't have nothing, not all black women don't give them a chance. Or you don't make enough money, or you don't do this for me, or you don't do that for me. So when the black men do make the money and become big, he like, but since y'all didn't want me back then, so I don't want you. I'm going over here.
That wasn't
not saying all, but
that wasn't my question.
What was your question?
My question was, Why do black men get with white women after they get money, but the black woman held them down the whole entire time, and then they dump the black woman for a white woman or a Hispanic woman?
That's just like, like with Ice Cube, and I have respect for these men here. Ice Cube, Snoop Dogg, and it's a couple of other ones that became famous. They've been with women ever since high school. They've been with women when they didn't have anything. And Cool J, you look at them.
I'm talking about the other ones.
Well,
yeah, I'm talking about like the other ones, like Kobe Bryant's and all them. They are.
We're not gonna do Kobe Bryant.
No disrespect or anything like that. I'm not disrespect because I know the man, God rest his soul. I'm not trying to disrespect him in any kind of way. But I'm saying after they had a black woman, did they dump them after they become successful and move out their race? But why didn't they stay with the woman that held them down the whole entire time?
Well, for one, we don't know what's going on behind closed doors. That's one.
Well,
I mean, because a lot of people
know why. You've been through the poor part. You've been through the white way dirty behind. Helped them in the hospital. Got them to their job interviews. Helped and support them through the whole thing. And then when they become successful. Oh well, thank you for your help. I'll see you later, though.
Well, that's a reason why that happened in very small cases. Because I agree with LL Cool J and many others stuck with the black women from high school till they became successful, and they still with them today.
I'm gonna say this. Some men feel like they're embarrassed by carrying on that black woman because he is too strong, and he needs somebody that, even though he's successful now, to still make him look like he's the man. But at the same time, you got to look at some of these men probably do just use the black woman just to get where they need to go, and then they dump them. But then on the other hand, you can have also these men that just feel like, you know what? This is the trophy wife here. This is what I've always wanted. This is what I fantasize about.
And that's few of them, they're all like that. They want the trophy wife.
Each one of them have their own reasoning why they switch over. Because, if you truly love that woman, you would have stuck with her just like Ice Cube, Snoop Dogg, LL Cool J. They would have stuck in with them.
Yeah.
So you shouldn't question why they got the white woman. You should question, did they truly love that woman at the beginning?
Exactly.
Do what?
I said you shouldn't question why they got with the white woman when they got successful. The question should have been, did he truly love that black woman?
That's my point. It's just another.
He never loved her.
That's not cool, and that's could go to the whole point of me saying that you disrespecting of the black woman. Period. If you didn't want to be with her in the first place, why be with her being broke? And then when she helps you get successful, that same strong black woman help you get there where you get.
It's like I said, he used her. He needed that strength to help push him to get where he wanted to go. Once he got where he wanted to go, that's just like a man that if he sleep with a woman, like we say with the sugar mamas.
Yeah,
he's gonna sleep with her and use her until he get all his bills paid off, everything he needs, so he could get what he wants. Once he get she gone. So that's the same thing. He never loved her in the first place. If he didn't. And he didn't respect her, and he didn't value who she was, because if he did, she would still be with him.
That depends who you get with. Be careful who you get with. Know the person you end up with.
They still go with the same notion of it all anyway.
But you'll reap what you sow.
Yeah, you will. Yeah, that's for sure.
You gotta be careful who you get with.
I say like this.
Dwight just not hearing. Dwight, you just ain't.
He just going whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. What's in that crazy water?
He got a little spike in it.
He got a little spike in there. Got the crazy water. But no, I just, if you want to be with a black woman, support her till the end. Don't use us. Don't disrespect us. Honor us the way we're supposed to be honored in the first place. And most women, I'm not saying all black women, because we got some trifling. I'm sorry, ladies, some of y'all do trifling. But
why are you apologizing?
Okay, she told me not to apologize. So y'all try to help us out there. Y'all sit up there and find these good black men, strong black men that's gonna lead you, and you just get them.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, what it is.
Yeah.
We're gonna get ready to head it out because next week we will be discussing the black women going on dating outside their race. But at the end of the principle of this show today was the fact that if you're gonna be with somebody outside of your race, be with them for the right reasons and out of love. But don't disrespect your own kind just to be with that person, to justify being with that person.
Yep.
I agree with that. Amen.
You know, be with whoever makes you happy. If you feel like that dating outside your race make you happy, I applaud you. I
see nothing wrong with it. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here.
My color of skin should not be your pop out.
Yeah.
As a reason why you with the other race.
Yeah.
So
just love the person you with.
Yes. I thank y'all so much for tuning in. And like I said, we'll see you next week where we discuss the black woman dating out of her race.
Damn shame. It's a shame.
Oh, Lord.
Yes. Reading beneath the color. So we'll go from there. And I thank y'all so much for tuning in. Hope to see y'all next week. Make sure you go to the YouTube channel, Spicy Gray. Subscribe, like, and comment. Love y'all very much. Y'all have a blessed day.
Ooh, boy, I can't wait for that episode.
You can't.
I got a lot of.